Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good afternoon. It's such a gorgeous day here today. I wanted to put up a video, a very unique, interesting question video for you guys today. And no, this is not a prediction video. This is just a very simple video I want to put up. And this video is very premature. So I don't want you guys to think this is going to happen tomorrow. It's a premature discussion question video I need feedback from. Maybe planting the seed out there, and maybe it may create a little bit of noise if needed. So this is a if needed discussion video. Let's put it that way. Where do Christians, Catholics go where they will be welcomed? Where do Christians and Catholics go where they can be welcomed? That is the question. I'm asking this now, and I'm asking this for a simple reason, is I'm noticing a lot of the Western countries, predominantly English-speaking countries across the Commonwealth, do not favor or do not, I don't want to speak in a way where, like I'm speaking for every, I just want to say that where do Christians go to when the poop hits the fan where they would be welcomed? Catholics and Christians. Catholics and Christians came and built the West, right? You got Canada, was built predominantly by Portuguese, Italian, and Greek immigrants that came over and actually built the highways, the thoroughfares, the bridges, they built, it's built, it's done. They built it, right? And in 1993, Canada closed immigration to Europeans. And Europeans are predominantly Christian Catholic, right? And unfortunately, we talked about the European expansion and the shutdown of the West because there's going to be no one to maintain it. And we use that whole algorithmic thing that we talked about in a way where it's like when the Portuguese left Angola, when Cuba invaded, when the Portuguese left Angola, Portuguese Africa, the country just completely fell apart overnight because there was no one there to maintain the infrastructure and the buildings and the high rises, the stadiums, the libraries, and all this stuff. There was no one there to maintain that, right? So my question is, where can Christians go where they will be welcomed? Right? Because this is becoming a big problem. In 1993, when Canada closed immigration to Europeans did come over after. It just was a nightmare for them. But there was a lot of open door policies to countries like China, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, whatever. A lot of open door policies to immigrants that didn't contribute to building the West. And the people, or the Christians, or the European expansion was basically being shown the door. And we saw that in 2007 and 8 when there was a mass deportation of Portuguese from Ontario. If you guys remember that video, mass deportation of Portuguese from Ontario in 2007 and 8. And the Mercer Report even did a whole video, "Don't put me on a plane, I'm not a Portuguese," right? If you guys remember that video that Mercer Report did. So where do Christians go, right? I get a lot of people telling me, Mike, where do I go when the poop hits the fan in Canada? It's very simple. Look at the treaties. Look at the treaties between your countries. I hold a Portuguese passport, and Portugal's got really good treaties with all the countries around the world. So, and I could become a naturalized citizen almost. There's a lot of places that will take us in as a Portuguese. I don't know, like a Spanish passport's different, a French passport's different. They all have different treaties. So check your treaties, okay? That's for people that want to leave the countries that they basically built. Now, the main question is on this video, where do Christians, Catholics, where do we go when push comes to shove? I know this video is very premature. I know there's probably, I don't even know if there is a video out there about this, but I usually don't check. I just kind of do my own thing. I want to know. I really want to know. Where do Christians and Catholics go? I can see places like Mexico, but it's very hard to immigrate to a country like Mexico unless you have a specific passport. With the Portuguese passport, things are different. But with a Canadian passport as a dual citizen, you're kind of frowned on now with a Canadian passport as you travel, when you travel, right? kind of frowned on, right, with the administrations that have destroyed, just destroyed this country and on an international level. And yeah, I really want to know, because there's a lot of Christians that are trying to flee. Okay, I got a story for you. Okay, there's a gentleman in my town that's trying to bring over a family from, I think it's Afghanistan. Okay, I think it's Afghanistan, or if it's I think it's another. Okay, let's just say Afghanistan for argument's sake. And he showed me the photos of the family, and he wants to bring them over. So he's getting the church that he goes to sponsor this family to get them over here. And the reason why he wants to bring them over is because the family converted to Christianity, and then the father was murdered. That's the story. So they want to bring over the wife and the 3 kids. They want to bring them to Canada, but they're having a really tough time because they are Christian or Catholic. Right? So that's one thing I want to put out there. And it's for real. I saw the photos. I'm like, oh, that's so sad, right? This is a really sad situation. Because they want us divided as much as possible, right? But once we unite under Christ and Christianity, a big umbrella, it's the most powerful thing, right? It's a huge, powerful movement, right? Of peace, love, Okay. I'm not going to get religious here, but I do want to say something else. Now, I really need someone to look this up for me, just to make sure I'm not screwing this up, okay? I remember reading a memo that I received to my business as a business owner, where the memo is basically letting me know that I could hire, with government subsidies, an employee to work at my store. Okay, I need a bit of help. It's not. I want to teach somebody the business. They'll learn the business. And not only that, I could take a damn vacation, right? Now, in the documentation, like when you're reading through, it actually specifically specified that they won't subsidize workers who are Christian or Catholic. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. I was trying to find the document the other day so I could put it up on screen and show you guys. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please leave a link in the comments below. I really need to know this, because I don't know if I imagined this. I don't think I did, because it's the Canadian government. They're basically stating and the criteria for government subsidy, and it basically specifically pointed out it doesn't apply for Christians or Catholics, right? So I think push is going to come to shove. And I don't think this is going to be in my lifetime, though. I think this video is very premature. But I'm putting the discussion out there. Where do Christians and Catholics go to when they have to? Or who is welcoming to Catholics and Christians? People will say, well, Mexico is. They have God. Maybe Brazil, right? Brazil is a former Portuguese colony, so it's predominantly Catholic, right? Maybe it's Argentina, maybe. But then what are the treaties between these countries, between your passport and their passport? What's the treaty? Where they're trying to abolish the European expansion everywhere, which will backfire. Right? Canada will turn into a Mozambique or Angola once the European expansion leaves. It will become that when there's no one to fix it. So that's just my question for the day. And if you have any links or anything you want to leave below in the comments, I would much appreciate it. And yeah, it was really nice talking to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.